What's up everyone, welcome back here to the Megan Moose channel. It's Megan here, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about a topic that I have been highly requested for a while, and I'm very excited to share with you today. So in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you how to pack a bag for a day at a Disney World park, and I'm going to be sharing with you what's in my Disney Parks bag. So let's go ahead and get right on into it. So as we get on into it here, I wanted to first share with you the three main bags that I bring whenever I go to visit a Disney park. So the first bag that I ever brought to Disney World was this foldable Oakley bag. Now, I know a lot of companies that make these bags, you can get them at Columbia and everything, but the main reason why I liked this bag is because it is super lightweight. When you're at Disney World, you're going to be carrying the bag around all day, and so I always thought that I like something lighter weight that's not going to hurt my back all day because I'm already going to be filling it with a lot of things, and so I wanted something that wasn't super heavy to start out with. So this bag is really great because, as I mentioned, it is foldable, so whenever you are traveling to Disney, it's easy to pack in your suitcase. I know that I am personally local to Disney, so I don't have to do a ton of traveling whenever I go, but keeping in mind, if you have some type of backpack that is foldable, it's nice to be able to store it in your suitcase so you don't have to worry about it taking up too much space. The other thing that I really like about this bag is that, as I mentioned, it is foldable, which means it's super flexible. It's a very nice big size. If you get any souvenirs at the gift shop, you can of course put them in here, but what I like about it is it's super easy to fit on rides because you can just fold it and make it flexible in whatever shape you want whenever you get on the rides or whatever it is you're doing at Disney World. This next bag is the bag that I mainly bring to the Disney parks now, or any theme park that I usually go to. This is the bag that I usually go with. It is a Kate Spade backpack. The thing that I like about it is that it is a very nice canvas material, and so if anything spills on it, it's easy to wash off, and it's a nice neutral color that I don't have to worry about it getting super dirty whenever I'm at Disney or any of the parks. It's also nice because it has two water bottle holders in the side, and so what I like to do is I like to put my water bottle in one of the sides, so in case it starts sweating, it doesn't get everything wet inside of the bag, but also I like to put my sunglasses or my phone in the other pocket whenever I go onto the rides. I also like this bag because it is not super big and it's not too small to fit anything in it. It has a nice huge pocket in the front here, and then on the inside it is nice and big to fit and store everything. It has two pockets in the front and the back. That is nice to store stuff. So it's a great size for the parks, and it also has very nice straps so it doesn't hurt your back throughout the day. And for my last bag, this is a bag that I had just recently got to start going to the parks, but this is also a bag that I know a ton of people usually use when going to Disney World, but it is a mini Loungefly backpack. So this backpack is great. I love this one in particular because it has the two pockets on the side. They aren't big enough really to fit a water bottle, but I love putting my phone in the side and my sunglasses again whenever I go on rides. There's a nice pocket in the front to keep my wallet and keys, and also there's enough room on the inside that I'm able to store whatever else that I need for going to the parks, and the straps are super nice. Doesn't hurt my back whenever I go to Disney. So these are the three main bags that I use whenever going to the parks. Another thing that I like about the size of the backpacks that I bring is obviously I wear ears whenever I go to the parks, and so when I go on rides I usually take them off, and I don't want to worry about them getting dirty, so I will put them inside of my bags, and they're usually big enough for them to fit. I know people will get the ear tags or the ear holders to put on the outside of their bags. It's kind of like a keychain that you can put and strap your ears in. I don't personally have one of those, but it's also nice to have a bigger bag that you can put your ears in so that way they don't get dirty or you don't have to worry about losing them. So I highly recommend, when it comes to backpacks, choosing a bag that is around the size that I had showed. You don't want something that's super big because it might be hard to get on and off the rides whenever you're going to ride the rides, and you want something that's not going to be super heavy on your back because you will be carrying it around all day with you. So that gets into what are the essentials that you need to bring to Disney and what is it that I use to fill my Disney Parks bag. So the first thing that I add to my bag is something that might not be super feasible for people who are traveling to Disney, but since I am a local and I frequently go to the parks, I always usually pack my lunch and I pack snacks whenever I go to visit the parks. I visit Disney World pretty frequently being a local here and an annual pass holder, and so if I decided to buy food every time that I go to Disney, it would definitely start to add up in cost. So I mainly try to save any time that I go to dine at Disney is usually whenever I am going to meet up with friends or meet up with people that are in the park. But that doesn't mean that sometimes I won't necessarily try and go get some type of new snack, or I absolutely love Dole Whips, so I will go and get a Dole Whip every once in a while, but primarily and usually I will pack my lunch and pack some snacks for myself throughout the day. So typically I will bring some type of sandwich. I love just bringing some type of ham sandwich or turkey sandwich or anything as simple as a peanut butter and jelly I will bring, but I usually bring something like that. And then as far as snacks go, I highly recommend fruit snacks, even if you are able to bring some type of snacks and aren't able to necessarily bring a full meal. I love bringing some type of fruit snacks I recommend, or any type of granola bar. I love these chewy bars, of course, and I usually like to bring some type of pretzels or goldfish. I recommend adding any type of snack that you like that is really handy and easy to get, that you can eat quickly as you're walking through the parks from ride to ride. I also will usually cut some type of fruit to have throughout my day. I'll either have an apple or an orange, just something that is easy that I can enjoy throughout my day. The next thing that I highly recommend you having is some type of water bottle. Now, I usually will use just a plastic water bottle whenever I go to the parks because I like to cut down in the weight of my bag. So I will usually just use some type of plastic water bottle, and I personally don't mind filling it up at the water fountains. I know some people, if they don't like the taste of Disney water, they will bring some type of sweetener or some type of additive to put into their water, like some type of flavoring. So that is a really great recommendation. I don't personally do it, but I usually will just bring some type of water bottle. As the summer is getting a little bit warmer, I might switch to my hydro flask to bring so I can have super cold water throughout the day, but I highly recommend that you bring some type of water bottle to enjoy and stay hydrated throughout the day. In the past, it was super easy to go to any of the quick services throughout the park to get some type of glass of water, but now with all of the mobile orders, it isn't as easy to do that. So it's really nice to just have water on hand that you can just take out and keep yourself hydrated while you're in the parks. The next things that I have in my bag are pretty much givens. I will have the keys to my car and I will bring my wallet. Now, whenever I go to Disney, I usually use this little mini Kate Spade card holder, but I recommend using some type of smaller wallet. If you can use a card holder, I highly recommend it. It just cuts down on space and weight that you have in your bag. This little card holder is really great. I can keep some cash in there if need be that I need it, and I can have all of the cards that I need for whenever I am in the park. Another essential that is really nice to have, especially during these times, are some type of hand sanitizer. I just have this little generic hand sanitizer that I have that just clips onto my bag. It's really nice and convenient. They do have hand sanitizer throughout the park as of right now, but I just like having my own personal one. If you're having your snack throughout the park, it's nice that you can just use some hand sanitizer and just go on your way. Now, while this is something that I don't usually keep in my bag, I will have my magic band on me at all times. I will just have it on my wrist, but I know some people bring some extra ones just in case they lose it or need one to switch out throughout the day. Of course, this one is super relevant right now, is I will bring a bunch of masks whenever I go to the parks. I usually have one go-to mask that I usually wear whenever I'm in the parks, but you never know if it's going to get wet, if you're accidentally going to drop it, and so I recommend having some extras. Another thing that you might want to consider whenever bringing masks to the park is bring different types of masks. So you might find that you have a go-to mask, but once you're wearing it all day, it might start to hurt the back of your ears, might start to fit weird on your nose and your mouth. It might be a little bit big. So if you have different types of masks, it might be nice to switch out throughout the day. So that way you don't have to stick with just one throughout your time at Disney. Of course, this one is an absolute must whenever you come to Disney. You should definitely have some type of sunglasses whenever you come. Of course, Florida is super bright, super sunny all the time, and so I love having a pair of sunglasses whenever I walk throughout the parks, and then I just put them in my bag whenever I'm on the rides. And another thing I like to bring sometimes is just a little bottle of sunscreen, because you never know whenever it is going to be super sunny. You don't want to get burned, especially if you're coming for a Disney vacation. The last thing you would want is to get sunburnt on your very first day and then you have to be burned the rest of your vacation. So I recommend trying to apply sunscreen as much as possible so that way you can keep yourself protected throughout your trip. The last couple of things are just little additives that I put into my bag for just things that you never know that you might need whenever you're in the parks. I will always usually keep some type of little mini baggie here of either Advil or ibuprofen, and I recommend bringing chapstick to the park. You never know if your lips will get dry or you don't want them to get sunburnt as well. And this one is also a must right now with having to wear the mask and after eating. I recommend some type of gum, having it in your bag, just so that way you can be refreshed throughout your day and you don't have to worry about that mask breath that everybody talks about. So those are the essentials that I like to add to my Disney park bag, and some that I think that you should consider whenever filling your Disney park bag. I, by all means, don't go crazy about filling my bag, but I just like to make sure that I have all of these essentials, so that way I'm covered throughout my time at the Disney parks. However, there are some recommendations that I have heard about other people using that they add to their Disney park bags that I thought that I'd mention here. I've never personally tried myself, but I might start to consider on my next visits to Disney. I've seen that some people like to bring their own portable fan to Disney World or some type of spray bottle for little misters throughout the day. I think that's a great idea. Of course, as I had mentioned, Florida gets super hot, and so it can be really hot whenever you're standing in lines or just walking to and from the different rides. And so having your own little portable fan, I think, is a great idea. It's something that I might invest in as well, especially since we are starting to approach the warm summer months. I think some type of spray mister or fan would be really great to have in your park bag. Going along with that, as you're at Disney, of course, you might get a little bit sweaty, and so I've seen that people usually bring some type of fragrance spray or they will bring deodorant to reapply throughout the day. I've never done that before, but it's also a really great idea, something that I might think about in my next visit. And the last thing that people like to add is some type of first aid kit. So you never know when you're walking around Disney, you do a ton of walking, you never know when you might have a blister on your foot or you might fall and get some type of scratch. You never know, and you don't necessarily want to walk all the way to first aid to get a band-aid. So having some type of little first aid kit might be nice and beneficial to have throughout your day. So thanks so much for tuning into this video today. I hope you found it beneficial and found some little tips and essentials that you can think about adding to your Disney park bag whenever you visit the parks next. I, of course, love to vlog my adventures when I am at the parks, so I also include a lot of vlogging gear, which I will make a separate video about all of the gear that I like to add into my Disney park bag whenever I decide to go and vlog at Disney World. But thanks so much for tuning into this video. Again, if you found any of the tips or any of the essentials particularly useful or have any that you would like to add that I didn't mention today, be sure to add them into the comments below. I'm curious what you have to say, and if there's anything that I'm missing that would definitely impact my trips to Disney World, I would love to hear it. So thanks so much again, guys, for tuning into this video. Hope you guys enjoyed and found it useful. Be sure to hit that subscribe button if you are interested in keeping up in any future Disney tips and tricks videos that I decide to share with you, and we will see you guys in the next video. See you guys!